Strategist and Communications Director for the RNC. He joins us now. Sean, good to see you. I'm sorry it's for this kind of occasion. I'll be seeing you out there in Cleveland soon, I am sure. Is what's going on in Nice going to make a change? Are you guys looking at it, talking to the security side, seeing what else may be necessary?
Well, I think the one big difference is that this event, both the Republican and Democratic National Conventions, for the first time ever, are national security events, which means they are designated by the federal government as being a priority for the United States Secret Service as the lead agency. So that has allowed them to plan for months, if not years, coordinate among 73 federal, state, and local law enforcement entities to make sure that this is the safest place on earth. So while people are going to come here and to Philadelphia for the Democratic National Convention and express themselves as they can and should under our Constitution, they're just going to make sure that it's the safest place on earth for the guests, the attendees, the delegates, and the media.
All right, let's talk about a different kind of expression that you were not as psyched about, which is what was going on in the Rules Committee with the Never Trump movement. Paul Manafort came on and said never Trump is never more, that he got it done, what he joined the Trump team to do originally, which was pave the way through the convention. Is that true? Is never Trump never more?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at what happened yesterday. Despite the media hype, I've said for months now that it was a series of tweets and conference calls and nothing more. And yesterday, every measure failed. It was a handful of individuals that were trying to make trouble, but the will of the grassroots of our party came through. We continue to be united, continue to grow. We released an amazing group of speakers yesterday that will highlight not just the political elected officials in the Republican Party, but business officials, people who know Mr. Trump. People can speak to broadening the Republican Party and getting to know Mr. Trump. It's going to be a fantastic has ever been seen for either party, and we're very excited about what's going to happen in Cleveland. It's going to be, and one other thing that's going to be interesting, it's going to be in sharp contrast to what you see in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is going to be filled with the same old status quo elected officials that have offered us the same failed strategies and policies. What we're going to offer is a different vision, a different way forward, a different set of excitement that's never been seen at a political convention before.
While I don't question your conclusion about what happened with the Rules Committee, I want to ask you about your analysis. Why are you putting it on us, or now specifically me? You know it wasn't just a few voices. You don't have a lot of your big-name people speaking at the convention. A lot of the GOP leadership types didn't want to go. There was a lot of talk about trying to stop Trump. The media generating it, Sean.
There was. You're right. You know, and it's not, again, nothing personal, Chris. I'm saying that we went to Florida for the RNC spring meeting, and I heard over and over again that the Rules Committee is going to do this, and it's going to be crazy. And all the media came in and covered it like it was like a Super Bowl, and the vote went down 54-2. Then I heard that going into Cleveland, the Rules Committee is going to be a showdown, and it ended in one day. Every amendment went through. We finished up at 11 o'clock today. What was supposed to be a two-day, potentially longer event for the Rules Committee is finished. It wrapped up last night. My point is, for a long time, we at the party and in the Trump campaign have talked about the fact that this was confined to a very small group of folks that had a personal agenda. And we've been right every single time. And I know, and it's, again, it's not personal with you, but it's the fact of the matter is that over and over again, the number of questions that myself and the folks of the Trump campaign get asked have proven to be false narratives. And we wrapped up last night. We continue to unify. And I think that just because a bunch of politicians aren't going to speak at the convention, you look at who's going to speak at the convention, and it's pretty star-studded. Okay. You've got folks that were in Benghazi, senior military officials, celebrities, pro-athletes, something that's never been seen before. We've brought in more voters into this cycle than ever before. The debate ratings were higher than ever before. And I think the problem is that there's this stale narrative about how things are supposed to go, when the problem is the Republican Party and Donald Trump continues to defy the narrative and present a new way of how the political narrative goes.
All right, 3 up or downs I want you to give me. Is Tim Tebow in or out?
Out.
Oh, why?
I'd love to see it. I mean, I think that we'd love to. I think that we would love to have him. Don't get me wrong. I just don't. I think that there was some speculation that he might be coming. I think he's cleared it up, but he's a phenomenal individual. He's very principled. He's somebody that a lot of people admire, both in athletics and in the evangelical movement. And if he was able to come or be able to be here in Cleveland, I'm sure we could find a role for him. He's a phenomenal individual.
All right. Pence, governor of Indiana. Manafort said Trump will be loyal. Obviously for emotional reasons and sensitivities. He didn't want to make the announcement today, but then Trump said, I haven't made my final call. Would you be willing to take a bet on with me that it's someone other than Trump? other than Pence?
I'm not, and it's kind of
Is
stuff
it
I
going
don't
to be
bet.
Pence? I'm trying to. I know you're going to duck the question, so I'm trying to get
I have no
away
idea.
around your duck.
I know you are. You're doing a good job, as you always do. But the fact of the matter is this decision is Donald Trump and Donald Trump's alone. He's got 3 fine candidates as finalists that he's talked about.
Right.
Each one of them has been a stalwart of social and fiscal policies and would be a great addition to the ticket. But that decision's his to make,
But
not
Pence
mine.
is in New York, and at noon today, Pence has to officially get in or get out of running for governor. So if there's no word, he could be boxed in. What's your thought on that?
Again, this is between Governor Pence and the other finalists and Mr. Trump. But we've got a great convention to plan here in Cleveland. That's where my focus is. I'll leave those big decisions up to our presumptive nominee.
Look at you laughing at my questions, Sean Spicer. I'm going to talk to you about this when I see you in
one more.
Cleveland.
Let's go. Time's up.
No, time's up.
We got 3. What's the third?
That's it. They're cutting me off. They don't like how it's going. Sean Spicer, thank you very much for answering the questions today. Good luck out in Cleveland. We'll see you there soon.
See you.